village, a key part of Glastonbury now. There are some people who come to the festival and never even leave this area. We call them electro smurfs. We don't really. But it wasn't always so. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, dance was a bit of an underground phenomenon, and Micheal Eavis tried to stamp out the illegal raves on sight.
Well, it's a bit druggy and stuff. I didn't care for all that speed and stuff that they were taking, and I thought it was a bad thing. And they were up all night and they were sleepy in the morning.
He had this idea that dance music was a very urban phenomenon and was kind of out of place in the countryside, and he had to be persuaded about that.
I didn't come here until 1990 because I sort of thought it was really for hippies, to be honest. And the Happy Mondays were coming, and that's why I came. And that changed everything. Acid House arrived.
The early 90s saw dance pioneers such as The Shaman and Orbital making their first appearances on the main stages at Glastonbury.
Of course. And that was in 1994, Orbital. So they played on the main stage, and it was incredible. It was like one of the best sets of all time. And yeah, you're right, that was actually the sort of the moment, actually, probably, that it was addressed. We have to do this, seriously.
So, okay, I was wrong. It's not very often I say that, you know, I must say.
I used to play here and do like sort of guerrilla gigs, but there was never a dance tent. And then when the dance tent and the dance act started, you know, like Chemical Brothers and Orbital and Prodigy started actually going on the main stage, it was quite good to legitimise what we do.
I came on board with the Chemical Brothers as well. I wanted one of those songs at my wedding, actually, but the vicar wouldn't play it.
But the huge success of once underground acts like the Chemical Brothers was problematic for some fans of cutting-edge dance music.
The big stages became very mainstream.
The decline of the mega dance tent definitely happened in sort of 02, 03.
It was felt that it was needed to try and represent all the different genres of dance music.
And I think it was difficult for one large venue to sort of be all things to all men. That's why it's so much better now. You have several smaller stages, smaller arenas, coping with different styles and genres as dance music proliferates.
I'm backstage at the dance tent where the wild things play, by which of course I mean the new ravers. Yes, those crazy cool cats dressed in fluorescent garb who are setting off a quite phosphorescent glow over the proceedings this evening. Klaxons, one of the biggest bands of 2007, are about to take to the stage, and like it or not, the term new rave has absolutely stuck. Could we be witnessing the next summer of love?
I'm really happy, like the whole new rave vibe has just gone to, became like a funny, and I don't know where it's ever happened before, that something comes along and you invent something and then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
New rave, sort of in my terms, have been rave music, but that's new. I didn't realise it's like new wave, but it's with rave fashion.
I really feel that there's the real movement is coming through, the music that is going to define this decade, which is simian mobile disco and LCD sound system and the Klaxons, all of whom I think are here.
Do you know what's weird? It's that this is the guide that everyone gets to see what time the bands are on. And there's a picture of us. And rave on. It was real, isn't it?
Because this is supposed to be another Summer of Love now, so I thought you might know how many we'd had, because I've lost count.
Well, I don't know about you, I've had about 15.
Right, okay, I'm lagging behind slightly.
How do you classify a Summer of Love? What has to happen?
I don't know. I think, well, in the old days, Danny Wilson used to do a song about it, and it was really simple for everyone. But nowadays, who knows?